Hi, in today's video I will explain 4 stages of sports bettors growth. It is a framework designed to help sports bettors to gauge where they are right now and then make certain decisions so they can move to the next stage. It is also a step-by-step process and action plan what you need to learn and what you need to do to go from 0 to 1k, 10k, 100k or even more. If you look at how sports bettors develop over the time, I found that there are basically 4 stages of growth. I named them as follows: childhood, adolescence, adulthood and maturity. As you will see in this video, we cannot skip the process and your job will be to identify in which stage you are and then move from there. Hi, I am MB, founder of UntitledChapter.com, and this is maybe the most important video that you will ever watch about sports betting. So the fundamental question is how to benefit from sports betting so that before we die we can say it was worth it. Most people I met in my sports betting career are looking for the easiest way how to follow someone's picks, someone's strategy or someone's winning system. Of course, there are some basic strategies and basic concepts like betting on value, beating closing line, using the numbers, dividing your bankroll into small parts so you bet around 1% in average per game. But there is no single and magical strategy that will work for everyone because we are all different and in different stages, and this is very important to understand. We have different starting point, we have different age, we have different IQ, we have different emotional intelligence, we have different skills, we have different knowledge, and of course the strategy cannot be the same for everyone. The strategy cannot be the same for a sports gambler, a sports fan without any math background who doesn't have any savings, and for example if we have some data scientists who understand math, who is betting for 5 years and he already made, I don't know, 110k. The strategy cannot be the same because they are not in the same stages. But once you can identify in which stage you are, then you can make certain decisions and focus on the most important thing that will bring you to the next stage. Every stage has its own problems, questions and challenges. And today I will explain all 4 stages. What is the main problem? What is the main challenge? Things you should stay away in this stage and what is the action plan. For the purposes of simplicity, I also described these stages as follows. Stage 1, 0 to 1k. Stage 2, 1k to 10k. Stage 3, 10k to 100k. And fourth stage, 100k and more. This classification will especially help sports bettors who will start from 0. But please understand that we have many unskilled bettors, gamblers and sports fans who bet a lot of money on the games, not because they are skilled or not because they made a lot of money from sports betting, but because they can afford it. They made a lot of money by selling some other products because they are experts in some other areas, not sports betting, and they made millions of dollars in their life. This is why they can make huge bets. So don't confuse these bettors who will always be in stage 1 with some bettors who really want to have long-term approach in sports betting. The stages are focusing more on the level of knowledge we have and we need to benefit from sports betting.
Stage 1, childhood. In this stage, the main problem is that we don't have enough knowledge about betting, probabilities, investing, money. We're completely delusional about the whole thing. We focus on short-term results and don't understand the power of long-term approach. Many bettors try to find someone who will make them rich, and this is not going to happen. The main challenge of this stage is to learn the betting basics, to build investment habits, to learn basic statistics and get familiar with the tool that you will use later. And in this stage, don't bet at all. Stay away from social media and betting groups. I would like to start with the quote: "Get fundamentals down and the level of everything you will do will rise." Because the action in this stage will define you as a sports bettor or investor or a gambler. In this stage, you will also see if sports betting is for you in the first place. This is where gamblers will be separated from the rest. So let's start with the action plan for stage 1. Your best friend in this stage is Google. Do not pay for any betting picks or any betting advice. There is way enough good free information on the internet for you to start in this stage, and I will give you the topics you should Google and research. Don't bet in this stage, spend 0 money. Rather save this money for later and build investing habits. If you start from 0, you must save at least $1,000 for later betting. In this stage, the big challenge will be also how to see the value is the key, not the focusing on picking winners. And the importance of long-term approach, of course. Why long-term approach? Once you will research investments and investing opportunities, you will see that we have basically 4 types of risk levels. Low risk investments where we can expect from 1 up to 5% annual return, and if you need money quickly, you don't want to invest in volatile market with high variance. And if you go with low risk investments, you can also take the money after 3 months, for example, because you know that there will be no big damage. And then we have mid-risk investments, high-risk investments, and we also have ultra-high-risk investments where you can also make more than 30% annually return. But in this case, we must have a very long-term approach. And in this category, we also have sports betting. The more volatile market, the higher variance and the longer approach you must have. Because if you play safe and if you go with investment that has 3% annual return, you can take out this money after 3 months without big damage. It can be short focus. But if you have high volatility markets where in 1 month your money can go plus 40% up or 40% down, well then you cannot focus on short period. Okay? If you have long-term advantage, you'll probably win long-term and you must ignore short periods. In this stage, big challenge will be how to stop focusing on one single game, what other bettors do, and simply setting long-term approach. 3 things are important in this stage. Learn about investing. Spend around 10% of your energy, time, and focus for learning about investing. The main focus is learning about sports betting. Invest 80% of your resources of time, energy, money, effort to learn about sports betting. And then you also need to learn and pick a tool for betting that you will use later. So first start with learn about money and investing, because if you want to turn sports betting into investing, you need to learn something about investing first. If we want to turn sports betting into investment opportunity, we must learn first about investing and money. And I don't want to overload you with the books and information, but there are 2 books you should read. The first one is Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Kiyosaki, where you will learn about the difference between liability and asset. Okay, you also have this free book on the YouTube, and you also should read Tony Robbins' Money. Those are 2 books. There are also other books like The Richest Man in Babylon or something like that. But if you read only these 2 books, it will give you a lot of knowledge and a lot of ideas about investing. Okay, in life we trade usually 3 things. When we are young, we trade time for skills. Okay, we go to the school, we have a lot of time when we are young, and we try to trade our time for skills. This is why we go to the school, so we can get some skills, right? And later we trade skills for money. So we have some skills, we get a job, and we trade our skills for money. But then the last goal is to trade money for money, right? And this is also sports betting. Well, once you start trading money for money, then this is your last goal and generate passive incomes. Or as we like to say, that money will work for us. Our goal in life is to generate as much as possible income streams and then build a passive income, so at some point we don't need to do a regular or active job. We also must understand that relying or focusing on only one income stream is too risky. If you will read these books, you will understand this. If your only income stream is your job, you are one step away from poverty. If your dream about sport betting as the only income stream, you are also one step away from poverty. We must build investment habits and different income streams, and sports betting can become one of them. If you will do it right, it can be maybe the best. You must learn the risk levels, the importance of patience in investing, and what is the difference between the asset and liability. Once you will read these 2 books, many things will be more clear. I also encourage you to read other similar books. Second, learn sports betting. In this first stage of your growth, you need to put most of the time, most of the effort to learn about sports betting. Here you will use Google. Copy and paste or rewrite it in Google, then read it and understand these important topics. And I will give you all the topics that you need to understand in this first stage. What is probability and implied probability in sports betting? How to calculate the margins, VIC or juice in betting? What is sports betting model? The importance of closing client value in sports betting. What is the value in betting? What are the odds and how to calculate the US odds, decimal odds or fractional if you need? What is survivorship bias in betting? Dopamine, sports betting and gambling. Skill and luck in sports betting. Wisdom of crowd, gambler's fallacy. Read all books from Joseph Boogdahl. This is fixed odds sports betting, and simply find all other books from Joseph Bugdal. If you're a true sports bettor, you must read his book because there is a lot of great information for new sports bettors. Yes, simply Google it, you will find it, okay? And then read at least 20 betting articles from Pinnacle. I give you the number 20 because I don't want to overload you with information, but at least 20 articles you can read from Pinnacle. You can read every day one article, and in 20 days you will gain a lot of knowledge, okay? Here is the link and you can find these articles. This is also a good test if you're enough interested in sports betting or you are here just for gambling. This way you will learn about yourself and how much time you are willing to invest in betting. In life we have limited time. I hope we understand this. This is why we cannot become experts in all fields. But saying that we don't have time is a lie. We all have 24 hours. You, me, LeBron James or Bill Gates. It's all about priorities. In this stage you will learn if betting is your passion and priority. And don't confuse gambling with betting. Gambling is very dangerous and it has short-term approach. Winning the next game, winning this weekend. Betting is long-term approach where we try to find mispriced opportunities on the market. And here you will quickly see if you love the process of betting or you love only the idea and the dream of money. Even if you learn that sports betting is simply not for you in this early stage, this is also a gift. You can focus your energy on the things you love and things you can succeed, and there are many other investment opportunities too. As you will see, this is a lot of free material before you make your first bet, but it is a crucial thing to do before you make your first bet. Of course, some people will spend a little bit more time to research and understand this topic, some people will spend less time, but it is possible if there is a will. And the third, you need to choose a tool and practice basics a little bit. Just spend 10% of your energy and time to do this. Because once you will read and understand most important topics about betting, you will learn, and I hope so, that betting is all about the numbers. The whole business model from bookmakers is based on the numbers. The concept of a value is based on the numbers. Investing is based on the numbers, and patience, of course. Numbers are just a language, so we can communicate easier. We can record a video where we see that baseball hitter made 3 home runs. We can write, he hit a home run, he hit a home run, he hit a home run, or we just say 3. Numbers are nothing else than information expressed in symbols so that our lives are easier. Some bettors say that numbers are not important, that information is important. Numbers are information. This is universal language and this is how we communicate in betting markets. If you want to survive in this market, better start being a friend with the numbers. It's delusional to say that numbers and statistics is not important. If they would not be important, bookmakers would offer the odds in colors maybe, in apples or strawberries maybe. And in this stage, it's important to understand that at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers and that you'll need a tool to operate with these numbers. So you cannot rely on your paper and a pen or your mind because it is too slow. You'll need to have a tool where you can easily calculate probabilities, margins, track your profits, percentages, do analysis, and so on and so on. And again, there are many tools out there and not every tool is for everyone. Excel, Google Spreadsheets, Python, or statistics. You need to choose at least one and learn how to use it. Maybe the simplest one is Google Spreadsheets because it is online, it is free, and anyone can learn it. In this stage, no need to learn complex things. Just get familiar with the tool. Basic things like copy pasting, basic calculation functions. All these simple practices you'll find on Google and YouTube. This will save you a lot of time. Spend 10% of time and play with one tool little bit. Things to avoid in this stage. We know that we have limited time and you know exactly what to do now. Do not bet in this stage. Don't waste time on betting forums, betting chat groups. Remember that successful people don't spend time on social media. They are creators, not commentators. Remember that you have limited time and energy in life. Use it wisely. Don't look for answers on big betting portals because their business model is a little bit different and you'll not find useful information there. Stick to Pinnacle article and Joseph Bugdal books, okay? And if we make a quick summary of stage 1, learn investing, read those 2 books. Start building investing habits and your first diversified portfolio. Read Joseph Bugdal books. Search for the listed topics in Google. Read at least 20 Pinnacle articles. Choose a tool. Do only those things that matter. Stay away from gambling, betting on social media, chat groups, pics, forums, and so on and so on. You cannot move to the next stage if all these topics are not completely clear. A lot of sports bettors will be in stage 1 their whole life. This is why I see 60-year-old sports bettor who say that he is betting for 30 years and he still didn't make any profit because he didn't move from stage 1. If someone wakes you in the middle of the night, you must find a way in 30 seconds how to calculate American odds from decimal odds. If someone wakes you in the middle of the night and asks you how to calculate the margins and fair odds, you must know the answer. Basics are free on the internet. Information overload is a problem because there is too many content that will not help you at all. But I hope I have helped you filtering this information so you can move to the next stage as soon as possible. There's only one way to do this. Invest all of your time, attention and energy into these questions, answers and understanding these topics. Once you research all these topics and once you complete all these texts, we can move to the stage 2. The main problem of this stage is how to bet on a value. We don't have a model or method to bet on positive expected value. The main challenge of this stage is to build a system, model or a method, test it on a paper or with small money. I recommend 0.1% of your money that you have or maximum up to 0.5 and as an average per bet, and the patience will be tested. And things you should stay away from: betting too much, okay? This stage is pretty simple but not easiest one because your patience will be tested when you will try to bet on a value. 3 things are important. Building your betting method, this is where you must put most of the time, effort, energy and money. The second, bookmakers, exchanges and betting sites where you will bet. And then, of course, you also need to keep learning and investing. Let's start with the most important one. How you will build a method or a system or the strategy or betting model where you will find mispriced opportunities and bet on the value. The whole focus here will be on building your own betting method, model or a system. You learn different concepts of finding a value and then choose the best for you. You must go deeper with statistics, your selected tool, and try to make a profit or beat margins in selected sports. Always test your method or a model against sharp bookmakers, for example, Pinnacle. The first thing you should build with your selected tool from stage 1 is a betting tracker. This is a very simple thing to do and it needs only a couple of basic calculation formulas. In Google spreadsheets, for example, 1 hour is way enough to build basic betting tracker. If you cannot build simple betting tracker, you will probably also not build a little bit more complex model or method. So focus on the first thing first. Here are the topics that you need to research: regression analysis, distributions, p-value, advanced statistics in betting, sports betting models, expected goals, expected runs, expected whatever. Once you will Google these topics, you will also find great sites and great information. Tracking bets against closing line, volatility and variance, what is arbitrage betting. The first step, go to Khan Academy and watch free videos about statistics and probabilities. You can also go to edx.org and watch free videos about statistics and probabilities, data science and modeling. Build a model or your own unique system and track it against Pinnacle odds. Your goal is to try different markets and find the best for you. It is crucial to separate sports that you love and you think that you know from the markets where you actually can have the advantage against others. The second thing are bookmakers or betting sites, sports books, betting exchanges, bet brokers, whatever you have. It also depends on your location where you are. There's also no final formula or final system for everyone because we live in different locations. Your job is to research bookmakers and how you will bet in your location. Your job is to check the rules and regulations in your country, and this is another thing where there is no single bookmaker that will work for all of us. We live in different countries and there are some countries where government runs gambling with large margins that you cannot beat. It is your responsibility to check if betting even makes sense for you in your country. How to do this? Check and research available bookmakers, exchanges or even bet brokers where you can bet. Calculate margin. This is something you learn in the first stage, so you know what kind of odds you get for different markets. Go to their sites, read rules and terms and conditions, what are their limits, deposit options, and so on and so on. The third, keep investing and learning. This stage is all about building your own betting model or betting method that will bring you potentially profit in the future. You must put all the effort, energy, time and money to build your own system, method or a model that will work for you. I still recommend to be very conservative with the bets, but if you still decide to bet small, something like 0.1% up to 0.5% as an average play from your bankroll, so you can test bookmakers in real time. Try to save anything from 1k to 10k, and don't forget what you have learned in stage 1 about investing, and keep investing in your knowledge. And once you see that your betting makes sense and you beat the closing line, you have your own betting method that is profitable, and you have a little bit bigger sample size, then we can move to the stage 3 or adulthood. The main problem of this stage is how to keep profitable results and how to deal with the bookmakers. The main challenges are how to keep updating your betting skills, betting mold, betting methods, try to connect with similar thinking bettors, and try to find good bookmakers, exchanges, or even people who will bet for you. And don't bet too much. Once you have sample size of your testing bets or small bets and you're comfortable with the market, you'll start betting more. You can make 1k, 10k, or even 100k per year. It all depends from your starting point, your betting skills, and betting size where you can bet. In this stage, it is very healthy to keep your brain hygiene. 3 podcasts I would recommend are Bet the Process, Be Better Bettors, and Deep Dive with Andy and the Whale. This is how you will stay open to new ideas, new strategies, and so on, and not fall into the trap of social media, betting groups, and handicappers. And there is another stage which I call maturity. The main problem of this stage is how to make more money because there is a limit in sports betting. The challenge is how to accept that sports betting has its own limits and things you should stay away, focusing only on betting. Betting should never be the only income stream in your life. And this is what a lot of sports bettors make. Even winning bettors, they make a huge mistake because they are focusing only on sports betting and how to make money. This was my mistake 10 years ago because I was dreaming about sports betting and how to make money. I was making money, but I didn't reinvest in other areas and I was relying only on sports betting. I could not sleep and it was a lot of stress. And this is where you go to the next level, and which I call maturity. In our life, the goal is to generate enough passive income stream so at some point we don't need to go to the job anymore and we have all the freedom and peace we always wanted. This is where many sports bettors who win at betting will face the challenge. Many of them focus or dream on only one income stream, and this is sports betting, which is very dangerous. No matter what you do, single income streams are dangerous. What if your government banned betting completely and you didn't reinvest profits and you don't have any other money? Your goal was to build 1 million betting bankroll instead of building a 1 million portfolio where betting maybe represent only 10%. And then you fight against bookmakers, against government, against other bettors on social media. You cannot win this fight. If you shake after every bet, if you shake after every losing week, month, or even a season, the whole process of overall investing and looking at the whole thing was wrong. Maturity is when your existence is not in danger if you will face a negative month or even a season. Imagine Warren Buffett shaking after a negative year with his portfolio. Betting is a great way to make money, but it is still high risk and active income, not passive. You will not make 1 million American dollars every single year. Bookmakers will not allow you to do this. Be smart and take profits and move them to your investment portfolios. Many betting sites are willing to accept some winning players. Almost all of them will pay out your winnings too. But we must understand that their main goal is to create a pool of fans, gamblers, and losing bettors from stage 1 who are willing to bet. They are not here to pay you millions every single year. Be smart. Instead of fighting against them and proving on social media who is wrong and who is right, start using sports betting as a channel to make your portfolio bigger. Passive income, freedom, and portfolio is the final goal, and betting can help us to do this. You can even bet less in this stage. You can make only 1k, 5k, 10k, 50k per year and reinvest in stock market, crypto, your business, your knowledge, your skills. I constantly invest in my skills, in my business and so on, and portfolio of course. Once you learn that sports betting is just your help to build bigger passive incomes and not the only thing you have in life, the life will be much easier. You don't believe me? Let's take an example. If you can make 10k per year, which is completely realistically from bookmakers' point and also from your point if you have long-term approach and if you start building bankrolls over the years. And if you can make 10k from sports betting, or if you combine with your other income streams and you put in for example just stock market that has 100 years of sample size with the average of annual return of 13.6%, and I took for this calculation only 10%, which is a little bit less. So if you can make an average 10k from betting per year, this is something realistically, right? And you will come to $500,000 after 20 years. And remember that most people in the world die broke because they don't have long-term approach. They're trying to hit the next game. They're trying to pick that winner that will make them rich in 1 week. This is not going to happen. Remember that life expectancy right now is from 76 to 78, for men 76, but it is more than 75, and you can set long-term approach. If you are 50 years old, you can have a long-term approach, long-term focus. You still have a lot of time. And if you are, I don't know, 75 years old, and if you didn't make millions in 70 years, you'll also probably not make millions in 1 year. Let's be realistically here. But if we take an example of investing and combining sports betting with your overall mindset and portfolio, you can make a lot of money. And be smart. Remember that our final goal is to build a skill and ability to generate extra profit so we can build our portfolios and passive incomes. A millionaire has in average at least 7 income streams. You can go to work, you can sell t-shirts for example, you can do some services or weekend job, or you can build a betting skill that will help you to generate extra income streams in next years. This skill can become one of 4 or 5 that we can build in our life. We don't have unlimited time in our life. We can build around 4 to 5 skills in our life where we can become an expert. And if you decide for sports betting, it will be one of 4 or 5. Okay, once you have good foundation, betting becomes part of your life and part of your portfolio. Maturity is once you accept that sports betting is not passive income. You will need to do this daily. Okay, passive income can be when you invest in real estate, then you go to sleep for 10 years and sell this real estate and you make a profit, or something like that. Sports betting is not passive income. You cannot give your money to professional sports handicapper because he cannot bet for you. He will struggle with his own account, not with your money, right? You will need to accept this. Sports betting is not passive income where you will give your money to someone else and the money will just grow. This is not going to happen. You will have to deal with your own bookmakers, with your own betting method. It is an active income stream. It is a beautiful and active income stream, and this active income stream can help you to make better life in the future if you will set the right long-term approach and if you will go through all those stages. So I hope that we understand that it is not passive but beautiful active income stream that helps you to build passive income streams. The enlightenment and maturity is in passive income streams, and I will give you 2 examples. First one is Roger Federer with active income streams 6.4 millions and passive 100 millions. Also Ronaldo. The first picture is from Business Ideas and the second one is from Entrepreneur. And maturity is once you accept that sports betting have its own limits and risks. Maturity is also once you understand that sports betting must be used as a very long-term approach, okay? And I hope that these stages will help you to make the certain decisions and smart steps so you can move to the next stage and finally benefit in the long run from sports betting. If we make a quick summary, you can use the rule 80-20 where you spend 80% of all resources of your time, effort and money for the main challenge and 20% for everything else in the stage where you right now, okay? In stage 1, this is where 90% of all bettors are right now. Simply focus on betting theory. Put 80% of your energy into understanding betting theory. 20% focus on investing theory and choosing a tool. Do not bet in this stage until you understand completely betting theory, probabilities and all other things that I have listed for you. Do not pay for picks and spend 0 money in this stage. In this stage you can also see if sports betting is for you. You can also decide to gamble, and then you don't need to bother with videos, with articles. Just make your own bets, have fun, because the beauty of gambling is to make your own bets. But if you want to make a next step in sports betting, then you should focus on those things in stage 1, which is called a childhood. This is why most sports bettors will be stuck in this stage. In the stage 2, Put 80% of focus on building your unique way of betting model, method, or a system. In stage 3, this is called adulthood. Simply focus on actual betting, generating profits, and then in stage 4, simply reinvest these profits. Move these profits into passive income streams. Don't fight with the bookmakers, don't fight with sports bettors on social media. Simply build portfolios, invest the profits into yourself, in your business, in your portfolios, and this is where maturity comes.
I hope that this video will help you to identify the stage where are you right now and gives you enough information, tools and steps how you can move to the next level. If you will follow these steps and if you will benefit from sports betting, please come back to this video and comment below. If you have more questions or more challenges and you want to ask us, please comment below so we can answer them in next videos. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next video, and if you think that your friends will get some value, you can also share with them. And see you next time.